Good afternoon. Oh, I forgot to play some music. You know where I'm going. This is where I'm going. All right, microphone's good. I feel like my microphone's picking up a lot of background noise. There we go. Let's try that. Is that better? Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Oh no, let me know if my microphone sounds weird. It looks extra sensitive. Let's see, filters. Yep, I got noise suppression on. Maybe it's just closer to my mouth than normal. That could be the case. There you go. That's a little better. Hello, hello. No, that's still too loud. Hello, hello. I think that's good. All right. Okay, and then I also need to post in my Discord lest I be scolded. Cool. I'm gonna put that here. Arrange my screens a little bit. It's weird. I don't understand why. Hey, Steve, how's it going? It's going good, man. How's your how's your Saturday going? I guess you're at the end of it, huh? It's like 9 o'clock where you are. I'm in the middle of mine. No, you can sit there. You're not in the camera. Why? You can sit there. The camera's on my face. Nope. I should have. I have to. I have to redo my web scraper. I shouldn't have make it concurrent. I don't have enough knowledge. Uh, is it concurrent now? Does it run concurrently now? I don't. Obviously I don't know as much Go as you, so I probably couldn't even look at the code and tell that it was using concurrency. Did you find like a bug or something? Concurrency's hard, man. Parallelism and concurrency, that's hard shit. It was okay. So now it's just sequential. Was it concurrent in the sense that you like were scraping the links and then you were trying to hit the links concurrently? Like you collect all the links, then fire off requests to each of the URLs, and was that the concurrent part? Well, I gotta move this window around a little bit. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I couldn't detect which links are dead because of it. Oh, interesting. Huh. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it concurrently, right? I mean, it makes sense that you'd want to do that with concurrency, um, because they're not dependent, right? You collect all the links. You just want to know which ones are dead, so it makes sense that you could spin up threads and just do them all at the same time. I don't have enough Go knowledge to tell you how to do that though. In C sharp, they make it pretty easy to do things concurrently and in parallel. Like they have a wait task dot win all now for concurrency, and then they have you can do things in parallel. But like fetching URLs is something you don't. It's not CPU bound. It's IO bound, right? So that's more of something you're going to leverage concurrency for than parallelism. Could you repeat? My dad was talking to me. Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, definitely listen to your dad. Over me. Yes. Conversations with your parents are much more important than mine. Um, in Go, you have to use channels. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about. I mean, .NET has channels too, so I don't know if they're similar in that sense. But it to me, it would make sense that you could just collect all the links, and then like in .NET, what you'd probably do is you'd collect all the links, and then you do like a task.win all, and you just fetch all the links, and just whenever they all complete, then you move on. Um, but yeah, concurrency is more. I mean, I could be speaking out the side of my mouth, but as I understand it, concurrency is much more for things that are I/O bound, right? Like, but if it's CPU bound, that's more where you want to use like parallelism. By the way, did you make your mic louder? I didn't, but thank you for telling me that because it does seem like it's louder. Let me. Yesterday I was listening at a much higher volume. Yeah, let me try to tone it down. I didn't change any settings, but it could just be where I position the mic today. I don't know. I'm gonna try to limit it in OBS. Mic check, mic check. Is that any better? It looked like it was peaking there a little bit. Is that better? Mic check, mic check. It looks better on my side. It doesn't look like it's peaking as much. It is. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, let me know if it starts to sound shitty again. I didn't change anything, which is so weird. I definitely changed where the mic was at. But now whole stream is too quiet. Oh crap. Let's see. I'll just turn it up. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of knobs to be turned there, isn't there? There's your volume, then I have like I can control the volume of my microphone, the volume of the desktop audio. I don't know what would have changed though. Like all the filters are the same. The noise suppression's the same. Yeah. All right, we'll roll with it. If someone says though, if anybody else has any feedback on the sound, let me know. One of these days, I'm gonna upgrade this mic. One of these days. It's awesome like this. I put you on 60. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's nice to have people in my chat that can actually tell me when my shit's fucked up. Because there's definitely been times where I've streamed while muted for multiple hours. So I don't really have much planned today, although except to check out this library that I saw. I actually saw it in a LinkedIn post. Let me see if I can find the post. Let's see. The guy I saw post it works at a company called QA Loop. Let's see. QA Loop, I think was the name. Oh no, Loop QA. There you go, Loop QA. Excuse me. This guy, this is the guy that posted it. See if I can find more of his posts. I wish I need to do a better job of saving. Show all posts. There it is. It's this one right here. He's basically talking about how, like, in test automation, we're moving quickly away from having to deal with locators. And he mentioned this library called Stagehand.dev, which is, it looks like it's a library that's built on top of... Hi, Steve. How are you, brother? I'm good. Good to see you, Mohammed. Hope you're doing well. Steve, once I streamed Dark Souls on my channel and I was talking to my friend on Discord, only to figure out after 3 hours that Discord and game were muted for stream. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have anybody to tell you, right? I mean, now I kind of always think I should do like an audio check. That's what I started to do, where basically every time I started streaming, I would just like put on my AirPods, go to my stream, and just make sure that things weren't foobarred. But now I appreciate I have some people in the chat that can actually tell me when things are broken. Anyways, yeah, so basically it's like it's like browser automation. It's like a library that's built on top of Playwright, which is my preferred library for doing browser automated testing or end-to-end automated testing. But it uses AI to do shit. It's like, I know, very scientific way to describe this, but that's essentially what it comes down to. You can observe things, you can extract things, you can act on things. And so I just wanted to try this out because I'm a big lover of Playwright. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in AI stuff. So, you know, the two worlds collide. So I think I want to make a video about it too, so I figured I'd do a little learning. As Rails Castle. I don't have that kind of skill. Sorry. What are you talking about? As Rails? As Rails? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong or your username wrong. What are you referring to? That you don't have that kind of skill? What do I want to call this? Stagehand exploration. Oh, whoops! I need to make that directory. Debugging, catching bugs in the code. Well, man, you gotta have that skill set if you're gonna do coding, right? This stream, I'll be lurking most of the time because I'm working on this project, but I'm listening. Yeah, C1E, no worries, man. Do you? Yeah, I mean, as Rails, like, you got to be able to debug things. I mean, right? That's part of writing code. Oh, enter a name for my project. This is gonna be called what are we gonna call this? I guess we just call this first time. Would you like to start with a quick start example? Sure. Let's see. Who do I want to use? I have all... I guess I could use Olama, couldn't I? But that might take a little bit too much of my resources while I'm streaming. Azrael's AI codes for me. AI tries to catch my bugs with all of its AI might. Does it actually catch bugs? So Azrael, are you like a vibe coder? You don't know how to code, but you use AI to code? It fails? Okay, yeah, that's what... Yeah. I mean, sometimes it works. I'm going to use Claude. Enter your Anthropic API key. Okay. Let me go and get that. Azrael's. Yep. Okay, nice, dude. What have you built so far? Anything you've built that you've been really excited about? And what are you using to code with? Are you using Cursor? Are you using GitHub Copilot? Agent mode, I guess, is what they're calling that. Or I think there's another one, Windsurf, right? That's one I've heard of too. I haven't used any of them, so. But I'd love to hear other people's experience with them. This is going to be called Stage Exploration Key. I'm not using any of these. Run local. Run browser in headless mode. Sure. No, because I want to see. Let's see, AI automations mostly, Claude, GPT, and Lovable, fixing my Neon workflows and nodes for the software. Nothing smart. Oh, it sounds like you're doing stuff, man. Yeah, Claude's great, GPT's great. I haven't used Lovable. What's that? Lovable? Lovable AI. A superhuman full stack product engineer. Oh, interesting. Idea to app in seconds. Let's see. Okay. Create me a markdown blog. Oh, I have to sign up. I guess I can sign up. Can you code me a new spleen? No, that doesn't. It doesn't work like that, Poppy Peepa. Oh, it's using Tailwind. All AIs love Tailwind. Like AIs only do CSS and Tailwind. They don't know CSS. They only know Tailwind. Not that there's anything wrong with Tailwind. It's just it's funny to me that like whenever you ask any of the like ChatGPT, Claude, doesn't really matter if you ask any of them to build anything without any specific prompting, they all default to Tailwind. Azrael says, mind blown in T minus 10. I like how it said here. It said it's going to create that Apple inspired look. That's funny. Looks like it's getting close. It's doing the data now. Amir Ali, hi sir, I am from Pakistan. Well, awesome. I don't think we've had, if we have had people here from Pakistan, I don't remember. We definitely have people here from India. but not. I don't think anyone's been here from Pakistan. So yeah, great to have you here, man. Thanks for stopping by the chat. Well, it's taking a long time to generate this blog data. I love how it says, I'm inspired by your request. Azrael, do you think it's hung? It kind of looks like it's just stuck. Is it still working? I know I can see it's still writing stuff. Dang, it's going to town with this blog data. Amir, I want to be a software engineer like you. Can you guide me, please? I should just be totally transparent. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a software engineer. I've never been employed as one or hired as one. My title at work is a quality engineer, and I do write code a little bit for that to do automated testing. In my free time, though, I've learned how to write code, right? I guess I would refer to myself as like a developer or a programmer. I don't know if I would. I don't know. Software engineer seems highbrow to me, but can I guide you? I don't know. I guess I can tell you what I did. So if you have questions, I'm happy to answer and kind of share my experience. Oh, does this actually deploy it out to Vercel? Is that what's happening right now? This looks, or maybe not. It's like lovable.app. Okay, so maybe it's not to Vercel. Is it? Yeah, nice. Here we go. Looky there. Designed with simplicity and elegance in mind. Yeah, I mean, it's very impressive what the oh no. It didn't generate me an about page. I do like its little hover effect on the cards. That's nice. Right? That's pretty nice. And I like the estimated read time. I wonder what it's doing for that, or if that's just fake. It didn't parse all the markdown correctly or something. Right? Because like the table, the subnote's not showing up right. The tables are off. But yeah, I mean, look, like if you didn't know how to code, you know, if you didn't know how to code, right, and you wanted to build a blog site, you don't want to pay someone to do it for you, or didn't want to do it yourself, this would definitely get you a ways there. Takes word count, divides with 200 words per second. AI got lazy. AI got lazy. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if that's what if it does do that. Let's see. I'm guessing the code's in here somewhere. Yeah, featured post read time. Where's that coming from? Featured post. Where's the featured post? Comes from blog post. Blog post is in blog post data. Utils. There we go. Oh no, it's literally just hard coded in there right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm definitely not an AI doubter. I hadn't heard about Lovable, so this is pretty cool. I could definitely see a lot of people finding a ton of value in this. This though is personally, this is my experience with using AI assisted coding. Is like at this point now, this is where it becomes super frustrating to try to get it to do things right. Like if you like to get it to change this or modify it in such a way, this is where my prompting skills become, I guess I have a skill issue and I get frustrated. Amazing laziness level. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty impressive. Alright, back to my other AI thing, Stagehand. Okay, so we need to cd into first time, npm install, npm start. cd first time. What's the project structure look like here? Looks like it has an env file. I don't want to leak that real quick. Let me see what's in that env file. Okay, it does have my Anthropic key set. Okay, cool. And then it wants me to npm install, obviously. Alpha airdrop? Should you just finish a mobile app? Nice. What kind of app is it? What does it do? I've never built a mobile app or anything like that before. I've only ever really built things for the web. And primarily Alpha airdrop, that's because there's like no gatekeeper to the web, right? If I want to build something and deploy it, I can deploy it. But like if I build a mobile app, right, I've got to like go through the app store approval process and all that. Which I also heard it's kind of complex to actually get a mobile app published and onto the app store. That's not like a super easy thing. I could be wrong, but that's just what I've heard. I've heard of a service a lot of people use to like build their apps and have them automatically published and approved. I forget the name of the service. Maybe you know. Panda blogs. Which language are you going to teach? I'm not teaching any language. Today I'm looking at a library called Stagehand. It's like an AI-powered browser automation library built on top of Playwright. I think right now the code's all in is all in TypeScript. It looks like. So if you want to hang out and watch me explore this and you want to learn a little bit about TypeScript, you can hang out. But no intentions of teaching anything today for sure. Okay, npm run start. Okay, it's launching a browser. I don't know what it's doing though. It says creating chat completion, response, transformed response. Okay, it's doing a bunch of stuff apparently here. Getting XPath. Okay, now it's typing stuff. I haven't looked at the code that's doing this, so we'll go and look at the code next. But it's obviously running some sort of browser automation, right? It's like searching. I love this. It's easy to build durable bot detection passing automation. Okay, so let's take a look at this code. Primus. I use Cursor. I write daily using Tall Stack, Tailwind, Alpha, Alpine, Livewire, and Laravel. And it's amazing help when it knows the stack well. I got lucky with recent Claude 3.7 release. Primus looks like Selenium with Chrome driver. Yeah, they're using Playwright. Primus, if you ever heard of Playwright.dev, that's the browser automation that this thing's built on top of. Never heard of the Tall Stack. I mean, I've heard of all those technologies, but I've never heard of the Tall Stack. What specifically those? What's Alpine? Oh, that's I think I went to a meetup and a guy presented about that. That's a little small front end library, right? Am I wrong? You can tell me I'm wrong. Alpine. It's Alpine JS, right? Is this what you're talking about? And then Livewire's the piece of technology, right, that helps the front end tech play nice with Laravel. I went to a JavaScript meetup where a guy presented on this, and it looked pretty cool. Panda vlogs. I'm learning front end. I'm not good in front end. I wanted to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, GitHub. So what would you like to recommend me for learning all these languages? Basically, I'm taking classes, but they are not teaching us at high level. Just they are teaching us at beginning. Panda vlogs, which nice username by the way. I point everybody that asks me this question, I point them over to Free Code Camp. That's where I would point you. Open your browser, type freecodecamp.org. They're kind of in the middle of changing some of their curriculum at the moment. They used to have kind of individual courses like this. This is kind of their older coursework. This is what I went through, and now they've kind of consolidated it into this full stack developer curriculum. But if you want to know JavaScript, CSS, HTML, this is a great place to start. It's really well structured. Tons of people have gone through it. So yeah, that's where I would point you, Panda Vlogs. Primus, yes, on both accounts. Nice. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Laravel or the PHP world at all. But I know a lot of people speak very highly of it and are very productive with it. I would say, based on what I know about Laravel, it's definitely a much more complete full stack solution to building web apps, right? Because doesn't Laravel like provide like out of the box, you have like database, you have queue, or for like background jobs, you have queues already that you can wire up and get working. There's just like, it's much more of a flushed out backend solution from what I understand. You know, compared to something like Next.js or Nuxt.js, right? Something that's more in the JavaScript world where they say they're full stack, but Gandalf, hey Steven, how are you? I'm doing good, Gandalf. How are you? Thanks for stopping in again, man. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's look at index.ts. Okay, so there's something called Stagehand, and that looks like it's the entry point. And then looks like you pass in a config object. And then I think Stagehand is built by this company, BrowserBase. So I think that's why they have a tight integration with, and I think BrowserBase is like, if I understood it, it's kind of like a place where you can run your automations. BrowserBase, kind of like Browser Stack is what I kind of likened it to. A web browser for your AI. Interesting. Seamless integration. Interesting. Yeah, so they basically like are a cloud for your browser automations. Interesting. But yeah, I think that's why the library has support. Like the starter template code here has support for them out of the box, is obvious because they're the ones developing the library. Stagehand.close, stagehand.page, stagehand.context, and then we pass it into main. What the heck is main? Main is a function. Playwright page. There's your Playwright browser context. So all of this is pretty Playwrighty. If you've written any Playwright related code, this is all very page.goto. These are the bits though that are the Stagehand specific stuff. So page.act, page.observe. Because like if you normally wrote normal Playwright code, right? This would be like this would be like, instead of click the search box, it would be like page.getByRole textbox.click, right? You can observe to plan an action before doing it. Type tell me in one sentence into the search box. That seems weird, doesn't it? So observing is planning to take an action? Huh. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here too, by the way, so if this isn't interesting to you, I get it, but I'm taking a look at this. It seemed interesting, so I'm just kind of learning it as I'm out loud here. Panda Vlogs. By the way, how many languages did you learn? So, Panda Vlogs, I know, and some people are going to say these aren't languages, but I know CSS, I know HTML, I know JavaScript and TypeScript, and I know C#. I know all those languages proficiently well. I can also write Python. I don't write Python a lot, so every time I have to write Python, it's like I'm kind of starting over, and then it comes back to me. But yeah. Laravel vanilla installation provides starter kits. With one command, you get working app with front-end scaffold database migrations. Fully working website, just build features, not fight against rigid framework. Yeah, that's what, and that seems to be the selling point of Laravel. It seems like a lot of people are very productive in it, right? Because it really is a fully flushed out framework that gives you everything you would need to do to really build real features, right? Because those are problems that you're going to almost always have to solve when you implement like a very robust application or build a robust application. Hussam, what is the language on the screen? Hello, Hussam. Sam, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. So the language on the screen is TypeScript, and specifically it's code that came from running like a we're basically looking at Stagehand, which is like a browser. It's like an AI powered browser automation library built on top of Playwright. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Panda Vlogs. Okay, I'll come back. Just give me some time. Yeah, no worries, Panda Vlogs. Come and go as you please, man. I don't expect anybody to stay and hang out with me, so if you're here, awesome. If you gotta go, no big deal. Okay, so where was I? So now I want to look at what this draw observe overlay is. Convert single XPath to array for consistent handling. Okay, is this code they wrote to actually make this work? Or is this part of a library? Huh. This seems super this seems way complex. This seems like this function right here is doing a lot of work for them. So it draws an overlay. Clear overlay. Saves thing to a cache, huh? Act with cat. Let's see. Remove the highlight before typing. Clear overlays. Hold on. Does this show up on screen when you run this? Because I didn't see it. npm run start. So is this? Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it all that well, but let me see. I don't see a red overlay. Oh, there it is. I think that was what the overlay was. That yellow box was the overlay. So I guess they're just drawing it on the screen. All that complexity there is just for demo purposes. The one thing, though, is probably important to point out here is it is using AI, and so you do have to provide a key. And so you are going to have to spend money. Like it's using tokens out of my Anthropic account for this. Which I don't know how... Like, you know, companies don't want to spend money on QA to begin with. So to think people would actually spend money on like AI-powered browser automation tests, but for other things, right? For browser automation that supports features that your users might actually pay for, I could see this being really useful. Although it does seem a little bit like a bastardization of the Playwright library, because it's funny, if you're in the Playwright community and you go over to the Playwright GitHub, there's always people there who are posting questions. Also in the Discord, there's always people in the Discord and on their GitHub that are posting questions or issues that are very clearly oriented to people who are using Playwright not for testing purposes, but for web scraping, for browser automation that has nothing to do with testing. And the Playwright team, you can tell, always gets really annoyed because they're very clear that, like, we're developing this to support people doing end-to-end testing. And this, to me, stagehand.dev seems like it's not really oriented towards that. It seems like it's much more oriented towards allowing AI agents to use a browser. So I wonder, I'm kind of interested to see how the Playwright team feels about this. MD said hi. What's up, MD? Why do you guys say hi like that? Said hi. That's kind of an interesting way to greet another human. Sorry, I got distracted with a Discord message. Okay, so at a high level, I understand what's happening here. There's probably a lot of magic behind these go to, act, and observe methods. I'm guessing there's a ton, or extract. I'm sorry, not go to, act, observe, and extract. I'm guessing there's a ton of magic behind these methods. But that's basically the core of the Stagehand API. And then let's look at the config file. So what does the config file do? So we're running it locally. It looks like it has some stuff that's specific to if you're running this on browser base. Headless, which I'm sure this just gets passed through to the Playwright config. Or the Playwright library, the browser initialization. Caching. You can specify what model you want to use. And this is where you pass in your API key. Log line, okay. Okay. Alright, so let me delete this repo. Because I'm interested to just start from scratch. Actually, let me look at the README real quick. What does the README say? So, Stagehand is an SDK for automating browsers. It's built on top of Playwright. and provides a higher level API for better debugging and AI fail-safes. Yeah, which kind of seems like they're not being superly transparent about the fact that, like, yeah, I don't know. I would be curious to get somebody on the Playwright team's opinion on this, because this seems much more oriented towards not using browser automation for test purposes. It seems like you're using browser automation for agentic AI things that you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete all this. Let's see. CD up, remove first time. Okay, well, I'm going to force you to do it. Dash FO dash SR. First time. Okay. Then we're going to type npx create browser app. It could be first time again. That's fine. No. We'll use this. We're not using any of those guys. We're going to run these locally. Do we want to run the browser in headless mode? No, because I want to see it. Assistant says OpenAI. Yes, OpenAI is a thing. So npm, or not npm, nvim. So I'm gonna open this up, and I guess what's in here? So I guess I'm wondering where they expect me to add my code. Okay, add my code here. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say let's say await page.go to, we'll just have it go to my blog, https stephenfreeborn.com, but not, that's not my blog. Blog's here, blog, and then let's say yeah, let's try to extract the most recent blog title. Most recent blog title equals await page extract. And what do I have to give extract? I guess I don't know how that works. Let me see. Start. Do they not have any documentation on the actual API? Let's see. There we go, extract. Okay, so I can give it an instruction and I can give it a schema. So instruction, and then schema. It'd probably help if I could read.
You're on my stage?
Hey, Kaka. If you're gonna hang out here, that's fine. I just try not to be so loud, okay? So extract the most recent blog title. Okay, let's see if this works or if I've done something wrong. Dude, TypeScript cause. So it opened my blog, and so it should, I'm expecting it to give me the building a background removal app text. Oh, and it did. Building a background removal. That's pretty neat, huh? Anybody else think that's pretty cool? Dude, TypeScript will be free from static typing. Theo, you don't like static typing? Be real, Theo.
Oh my god, so Indian. Yeah.
Rim Kedler. Hello. Hello, Rim. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Rim, TypeScript. Yeah, the thing we're looking at today is TypeScript. Yep. How do you feel about AI taking coding jobs in the future? Luminary, I'm not worried about it. I know a lot of people out there having a lot of anxiety about it. I'm not worried about it at all. Yeah. Whatever comes next. I mean, I've been a learner my whole career. I've had 3 or 4 careers at this point. I'm 31. If the world changes again, I'll adapt and learn the next thing and keep moving on, you know? Lord, is how to create a rocket propulsion? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Okay, so let's now, since we can now get the okay, so since we can now do that, let's say now that we have this, let's say await page dot act. And what do I give act? What does its API look like? Enter. Oh, that's interesting. They actually do like interpolation, I guess, when they make the. I'm guessing whenever they build the prompt that goes to LLM, they parse this and replace it. That's kind of interesting. That they. Okay, so let's say something like. Yeah, navigate. Hold on. This should be action and then variables. Action variables. Action variables. Action is going to be click or no navigate to the blog titled, and then we use percent signs titled, and then title. This percent, then this is going to be variables and title like that. I love the type. They're obviously doing some fancy TypeScript inferring stuff here, right? Because the return type is built on the built based on the schema that I defined here. There's some TypeScript wizards that obviously work at browser base. Let's see. Okay, so we'll write that all out. npm run start. So far, I think this is a really cool library. Okay, so let's see if it can navigate. So it should navigate. It should click on this. It should click on that first card there. There is some slowness though, because like they're actually making requests, right, to your foundation model provider. So there seems like there's a little bit of lag because okay, now it's obviously trying to find what to click on. And it doesn't look like it can find it, but it should have clicked on what was at the very top there. Matthew, hey, how are you doing, Matthew? Luminary, would you even consider programming AI in the future? Would I consider programming AI in the future? Sure. Yeah, I'm actually learning. I'm learning about building large language models right now. I have a book that I've been working through to learn more about that. So yeah, for sure, and I already use Copilot. Like I use Copilot in my day-to-day activities.
Huh? Don't stop me.
It's so weird to me hearing Hines speak English. Okay, I already finished in like 50 minutes what took me a whole day yesterday. That's awesome, Stewie. So you're actually seeing your Go abilities get better and better, man. That's awesome. Matthew, how are you doing? I'm sorry you're sick, man. Hope you get to feeling better. Rim is back. Hello, Rim. I believe I said hi to you earlier. Thanks for coming back. Okay, we're obviously stuck in some kind of a loop here. Or something or other. And I'm guessing it's chewing through tokens right now. Trying to figure this out. I don't know why it's having such a hard time. Looks like it's just like stuck in a loop of scrolling up and down the page at the moment. Okay, we're gonna shut this down because I think it's just burning through tokens at the moment. So for whatever reason, see this is this is the part of AI that is funny to me because it's still ultimately this is still a game, right? I'm still in this tokens in versus tokens out game where I need to figure out, right? If I want this to work, I need to figure out what tokens to put in these fields in order to get the model, right? To find the thing or do the thing, or which then I get kind of frustrated with. And I'm like, okay, well, I could probably do this, you know, in half the time by just using old school Playwright deterministic code. But it is a cool idea. I see the value, right? Especially when it comes to like locators, because locators are kind of a pain when you're doing test or browser automation. Having good, reliable locators and then being able to count on people not breaking your locators. I wonder, does an act return anything? Const act result. Act result dot message action. Wonder if it's getting the right title. Sahibib, is this scraping? I don't honestly know what people use this for. It's a library called Stagehand.dev, and it's built on top of Playwright, but it basically layers in like AI capabilities on top of the existing Playwright functionality. The name of the library is Stagehand.dev is the name of the library if you're curious. So it did find the latest title, right? It did find the right blog title. Oh, and it looked like it clicked. Okay, so this time it worked. Huh. See, that's the nature with probabilistic probabilistic systems, right? So this time it actually got the title, it clicked on the link, and now it looks like it's extracting all the content. It did not get this far before. Yeah, I honestly I don't know what people use Stagehand.dev for. I think based on the company who makes it, based on their website, the company who makes it's called Browser Base, and based on their website, it seems like it's very much oriented towards people who are trying to build agentic systems and they want to be able to allow their agents to control a browser. That's what it seems very oriented towards. Is it entry point moment? I don't know what you mean. Rim, good job. Yeah, I don't know if I did anything. It looks like it's again stuck in a loop though. Because all I wanted it to do was collect all this. to collect all of the This is actually wrong too. This is not the most recent blog post. Right? Cuz look, this is the title. It did get the title right, but it clicked into the wrong. It should have clicked into this. And it went all the way down here. It clicked into this. Huh. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. So it extracted the content, but it's not the content for this blog is not the same content as the title it extracted. This is the experience of working with AI powered things. And I'm sure it doesn't help that also I'm kind of a noob with the library, so this kind of though sums up my experience though working with AI powered things. Is I get to this point where it's like, okay, so this just turns into like a prompt engineering game of like, what's the right text I need to put in to get the text I want out. And when it works, it feels like magic, but then when it doesn't work, you're just left with a lot of feelings, frustrated feelings. And again, maybe that's a skill issue on my part, but that's just... Okay, well, that was kind of my exploration of Stagehand. I didn't go super far, but I get the idea. I get the idea, and I probably just need to spend some more time with it. Right? I probably need to sit down and think through some use cases and try to use it to fulfill those use cases. Let's see, examples and guides. It can work with Ollama though, right? So you could theoretically not spend money to experiment with this. You could install Ollama, run a model locally, assuming you have the hardware, and you could play with this, right, without having to pay for tokens. But you can see like a lot of their like even just custom LLM clients, like this is very much oriented towards an agentic browser. Is what this is definitely oriented towards. Hugo Veer Ferber. I'm newer in here on the stream, so please explain to Is what you're working for. Hugo Veer, I just stream basically about whatever that day I'm interested in learning or checking out or doing. Most of the time it's around code and programming. Like today I decided I wanted to take a look at this Stagehand.dev library. Sometimes I come in and work on my own side projects. So you're welcome to stop in and hang out whenever you want. Terrot Destroyer, I am saying bye-bye. You have a nice life. But yeah, this is plenty fine point for you to enter in terms of hanging out with us on stream, man. I think I'm gonna. So I think that's enough. Stagehand.dev. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, So it's hard for me to give you much more context than that. Like, I largely make content because I enjoy it. So I kind of, I just kind of do. I kind of vibe. I'm a vibe out there vibe coding. I'm a vibe content creator. Some days it's learning something new. Some days it's working on a side project. Like yesterday, we learned how to write a Hello World Go program. That's what I did yesterday. Today, I'm looking at an AI-powered piece of browser automation. Just changes all the time. I do think I'm going to switch over, actually, though, and look at... learning a little bit more about building large language models. Let's see, build large language model. Although, hold on. Let's disable, readline, scripts. Let's activate our virtual environment. I have been having issues with my Python setup in Neovim. It keeps saying it can't import TikTokin. But this runs just fine. So I don't know if there's anybody here that uses Neovim a lot with Python. If you have any suggestions, I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick. Let's see. Pickle says, "Another beautiful day, man. Another beautiful day." You're right, Pickles. It's been a little cold here compared to the last couple days. It's like 48 degrees, but yeah, it's a great day. I actually got up and went to. I didn't work out in the garage today. I actually went to an actual gym, which was a lot of fun. Played with all the toys at the gym, you know, lat pull down machine. They had all the fun stuff. Let's see, Neovim Python import air virtual environment. Okay, so I need to look at my. This is saying I need to look at health check. Health checks. Health checks. What was it called? I wish I could really retain information better. Check health. Okay. Check health. It's taking a little while. Okay. Huh. Well, let's take a look at how I set up Pyrite. Maybe I've done something wrong with... Okay, here's Pyrite. So let's see, do I need to do anything special with Pyrite to make it work with virtual environments? Does anybody know? Okay, there's gotta be in Vim LSP Pyrite. There's gotta be like a standard way of hooking this up. I mean, there's gotta be lots of people out there who are using Neovim with Pyrite in Python. Okay. Huh. So use activated virtual env, find and use virtual env in workspace directory, or fall back to the system Python. Let's try this guy's function. I never worked with website development. If I could remember, my last working was connected with OpenServer, the framework API at school. Some teacher said me to make a website for a year event, and after that day, I never touched the sphere. Well, that's too bad, Hugo. Hey, bro, what's up? Have you tried Manus AI? I have not. I did see the announcement, and I watched their YouTube video, but I haven't tried it. Have you tried it, Serendip? Sorry, I'm trying to do better at pronouncing people's usernames. So if I right quit this and I say env virtual env, Okay, so that's set. Okay, so that guy's solution should work then. Let's see. Let's edit the... Lua plugins. We'll go here. Close this. Let's go down to where we set up Pyrite. Okay, this is, I don't think this is relevant to me because I don't probably need that complexity. Well, I'll leave it in, but I'm not sure that that's relevant to me. And let's see, exe path, what's that from? This is the whole, this is the one problem with the Neovim thing, right? Is like everything is a rabbit hole. Exe path. It's like vim.exe path or something like that. Vim fn, maybe. Vim.fn.exe path. And then we'll just delete that. We'll take this, we'll yank that up here. Undo that, put it here. Why does it say unused local? Where does he use it? He doesn't even use it. I don't know. That's why that's in a snippet. Let's see. Not good access mail yet. Not got access mail yet. Oh, okay. So what? You have to sign up like a beta, Serendip? Well, I guess I can look for myself, can't I? Let's see. Manus.ai. Manus.ai. I don't have invitation codes. I guess we'll sign in. Oh man, I'm not gonna fill out all this. Never mind. Serendip, you just tell me whenever you get access what it's like. For now, I don't feel like filling this format. Funny and insightful. Hey Kansas man, all good with the weather? I hear there's a storm warning or flash flooding or something. There is a crazy enough, there is a fire weather watch happening right now for Kansas. There was a ton. I guess there's some wildfires in Oklahoma. There was a ton of smoke here last night with winds blowing it up our way, I guess. We were supposed to have a pretty big storm yesterday, and it kind of just missed us. A lot of things seem to kind of where we sit in like tornado alley type of position. Everything sort of just kind of seems to J-hook around us, which is nice. When I lived in Joplin, which is where I originally am from, Joplin, Missouri, which is right in the smack dab middle of Tornado Alley, it seemed like everything would J-hook into us. The storms would always catch us. Hugo Veer, what stack do you use? I guess kind of my own stack, Hugo Veer. So like I've written stuff using, Mern, for example. But like my favorite stack right now for web apps is some sort of .NET backend. So like C#, like a minimal API backend, and then just a pure client-side rendered single page app front end. So right now it seems like I've been reaching for Vue a lot. So usually I'll have like a Vue client app and then a minimal API as my server, and the server will basically just pass data back and forth using JSON, and then the client, will talk back and forth. That's kind of my preferred, seems like that's my preferred go-to stack at the moment. If I want to prototype something really quickly, Blazor is great, because I can do everything in like a C# backend and then still have the ability to write the front end pretty rapidly. So that's a really nice way to prototype stuff. But I don't particularly subscribe to, I guess, a particular stack, I guess you'd say. It's usually TypeScript on the front end, C# on the back end. That's kind of my go-to these days. All right, let's see if that import error went away. Nope, it did not. Import tick token could not be resolved. Unable to import tick token. So now it's even worse, because I did just have one error. Let's see. Neovim Pyrite unable to import. Okay, well, I'm gonna remove the shit I added because it doesn't seem to help. Kyra Dias, between C# and Python, which is better for phone app? I honestly don't know, Kyra Dias. I haven't really written any mobile apps or anything that targets the phone. And as far as Python goes, I'm sure there's libraries or frameworks out there that allow you to write apps for the phone in Python. I'm not familiar with them. C# obviously has Maui, which is kind of a cross-platform to allow you to, have one code base and distribute it for multiple targets like desktop, Android, iOS. So I know it's available for sure in C#. I just don't know anything about the Python. I don't know much about the Python ecosystem, hence the struggle that I'm having getting Neovim configured correctly to work with Python. Because I just don't use much Python. It's just not the thing I reach for. I'm using it for the building a large language model book because everything in it is written in Python. Okay, so Pyrite import error. Let's just figure out what that's about. Pyrite import error. So that's not the same error. Import cannot be resolved. It's not that it can't be resolved. It says it just says unable to import tick token. Fix by ensuring correct module paths. I'm guessing 100% it has something to do with a virtual environment issue. Okay, let me try opening this in VS Code and see what happens over there. Let's see, vcode. I want it to be cross-arm, but yeah, Maui, equipment for Python. Kotlin may be useful. Yeah, I don't know anything about Kotlin. And Kyra Dias. I wish I could give you more advice. I've never been down that rabbit hole myself as far as developing apps that are targeted for mobile distribution. Xamarin is, I think Maui is what has become of Xamarin. It's like it was Xamarin. Microsoft, I think, somehow acquired it or something, and then that turned into Maui. I don't know the full backstory there, but there's some sort of lineage like that. Okay, let's see if I open tick token here. Do I get an error? No. And what am I using as my Python interpreter? Let's see. Python select. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I want to be using, is this right here. And so it's resolving that. So it's something with my Neovim configuration not resolving Okay, so let's look up, let's say Pyrite VNV support, Neovim. So to work with a VNV in the project directory, you should set all of these. Okay. Okay, so I have to configure it. That's kind of annoying. I have to do that every single project. Okay. Well, let's try it and see if that fixes it. Let's see what this guy did in his configuration. So he's actually looking for... Okay, let's just try... What is the Pyrite configuration? What is that? Pyrite configuration. What do we call it? Call it this. Okay, so we'll say new item. That. Open this up. Seems like I should be able to do this somehow with the Neovim config. I'm sure there's got to be like a YouTube video of somebody configuring this correctly. I don't know what these are. I don't know what those other things are. Let's see. Right, quit. Oh, I didn't fix anything. Ah! Hugo Beer. Many of them, the program language are just patches between and with days after days. We'll say what really would be better. Yeah. Let's see, Maddox. Good morrow. How are you, Steven? Hey, Maddox. How are you doing? I'm doing well, man. Trying to figure out how to get Neovim to stop, or how I can get Pyrite to stop displaying this stupid error. And right now it's besting me. let's see, Pyrite PyEnv plugin. But I'm not using PyEnv, I'm using just VENV. Pyrite VENV Neovim. Oh my god. It's so frustrating. Hugo Beer, FBR patching. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. You're talking about your comment earlier. Mob Psycho. Hey, what are you doing? Mob Psycho. I'm trying to get Neovim to properly read my Python, my virtual Python environment. Is what I'm trying to do. And I'm doing it very unsuccessfully. Be back in a few. Gotta walk the dog. Nice, T1E. Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 hours live, so I'm probably hopping off here pretty soon too myself. But this is the frustrating part about using Neovim. Because this runs, right? Like, so if I quit and I say Python chapter 2 tick token, this runs just fine. So that error that Neovim is displaying, that diagnostic error, is just wrong. And I want it to stop being wrong. So should this be Python path? Scripts. I don't even know if that matters, but it didn't look like it made a difference when I said it earlier. Yep, doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mob Psycho, that's what's happening. Is that it's talking. Is the project using Lua? Not my project's not using Lua, but my Neovim config uses Lua. So yeah, Mob Psycho. I think that's what's going on. I can't quite figure out. Um, I can't quite figure out what to do about that at the moment. I should be able to see what provider I think it's using, and maybe that will give me more insight if that is actually the problem. I don't actually know if that is the problem. But like this is the whole Neovim thing, right? This is, to me, this is why it took me so long to try to even begin to use it, is because I knew that whenever I wanted to set something up or configure something, I knew I was going to waste time doing this, right? Go was actually pretty easy to get set up. Yesterday we did that all in like 15 minutes, getting Go working. So it looks like some things are picking up the virtual environment, like Mason, right? Mason's picking up. So virtual, something's picking up virtual env. Something's off though. It says Python 3 provider, no Python executable found that can import Neovim. Could not load Python. And I wish I could figure this out. I don't think I have a dot. Pi v in v. I v e in v. I've officially been lost down the Neovim rabbit hole. Yeah, I really don't want to hard code it. I think there's a V, E, and V selector. Rim says I wish to, yeah. Looks like okay, let's see if we can find that. Let's see V in V selector in Vim. Alright, let's try this. God, you would think I wouldn't need a plugin to do this, though, you know? Okay, so we're gonna type leader vs to select it. Okay, it looks like I need to do something about updating, but let's just see. So leader vs add argument to spawn. Wonder why it. I thought I got the latest, so I wonder why it's telling me to upgrade. Maybe I didn't get the latest. Let's see. Lua plugin LSP close. Get rid of this guy. I know this is thrilling content here. Okay, how do I install this? Hello, do you use Windsurf? I do not use Windsurf. Do you use Windsurf? What the heck? Why are the instructions for installation so obscured? This is only for Linux? No, okay, let's see. On Windows, Winget, let's see. This seems way... This seems like it's way too much work just to be able to pick the right virtual environment. Let's see. CD... Again, this keeps telling me to upgrade. The plugin has a new 2024 version. It's highly recommended to upgrade, but if you want to stay on this version, you can set the true. Only new version will receive update. Well, I'm sick and tired of seeing that message, so I'm going to set that. I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep this plugin. But this is the branch. Use this for the new version. Lazy. Let's see. Shift X to clean. Could not reset submodule, huh? Do you have local changes? Why do I have local changes in there? Please remove them to update. You can also press X to remove the plugin and then I to reinstall it. Okay. X. Okay, this is more than I want to screw with right now. Okay. If you can tell, I'm getting a little frustrated. Let's see. So this is, I think it was comma V. Okay, so I wonder, is this diagnostic coming from Pyrite? Let's see. Neovim, how to find diagnostics source. You can use, let's see. Okay, who's active here? So we have Pyrite should be the only one that's active. Pyrite, Copilot, Null LS. Well, so this must not be what the problem I thought it was, because we definitely selected the right virtual environment. This is the right virtual environment, which makes me think this isn't coming from Pyrite. It makes me think it's coming from something else. Let me, so how do I uninstall this? Let's see, G question mark. Shift X is how I uninstall. Let's see, Shift X. Yeah, I think that was coming from Pylint. Okay, so maybe that's what the issue. Okay, so let's activate. That's so frustrating if that's what was doing that. Yeah. Okay. So this was not this was this was not a pyrite issue. This was a pylint issue. McArt said hi. How are you? Maddox, I might have asked, but I don't remember. Do you game? If so, do you mod your games? I don't mod any games, but I do game. Mostly on an Xbox. Hi, what are you working on? I just spent the last, like, 45 minutes. Isn't Pylint is for style checker? Yeah, it's Pylint would be like a linter, but I'm using something called null ls, which basically exposes linter information through through LSP. It's kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure that's what was causing the error. Because it went away as soon as I uninstalled Pylint. Let's see if I add Pylint back. I'm guessing it comes back. So let's deactivate. Let's see, chapter 2. Yeah, so that's all working correctly. But I'll guarantee it. I guarantee if I Mason, let's add Pylint back. I think is how you install it. I don't know why Pylint would be complaining about that. Okay, and then we say so let's say in Vim. Yeah, I don't know why Pylint's reporting that. Pylint import error.
Dead.
What did you say, buddy?
Were you ever so mad that you wanted to stab something? Just get on this game if you feel like you want to stab something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I guess I don't want a global version of Pylint, do I? I probably want a Pylint specific to the project, maybe, is what the problem is. Let's see. Pylint. Not that this really matters because I kind of fixed my issue.
Dad, each time I get my and I just happen to find this, which is literally what
Yeah.
I need. This is literally like made for me. It's like made for me. Like this made for me. Like I can read the edit.
Yeah, I'm just going to go without it. I'm guessing it has something to do with having a global version of Pylint versus a project-specific version.
Steps.
But that's probably a whole nother rabbit hole unto itself. Pylint setup in virtual. ENV.
Get back. Why won't this get back on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a rabbit hole I probably need to go down separately. Crazy. I'm a software engineer. I have 3 years experience finding this. The first time I'm seeing something like this. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's so difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult. But I resolved the issue, which is that error was not coming from where I thought it was coming from. So that is the good news. The bad news is I don't think I have linting information happening now.
Now, what if this new game is bad? Stab it.
But I probably don't necessarily need it, maybe. But I do have,
Now, have you ever felt so mad you wanted to stab something?
I wonder why, let's see, tokenizer, where's tokenizer come from? A tokenizer is not typed. Well, in any event, I'm kind of burnt toast at the moment. So that's going to be the end of the day for me streaming. 2 hours and 13 minutes. That's the longest stream I've done in a week and a half or longer. Hey, Stewani, you're back, and I'm getting ready to leave, man. I appreciate you, though. The last hour wasn't very productive. It was me screwing around with Neovim and Playwright. Neovim configs to support Playwright. Or Neovim configs to support Pyrite. So not a ton of fun, but nonetheless, a good 2 hours. So thanks to everybody who hung out with me on stream. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I'll probably be back again tomorrow. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday and have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye guys.